I'm Anil Kumar, and now let us explore input-output. The question here is create input-output table for the given graph. So that is the graph given to you. You need to create input-output table. So that is the first part. The second part is write pattern rule and calculate seventh term. Right. So these are two things which you have to do for the given graph. You can pause the video, answer the question. So let's begin by creating input output table. So input output table really means we have to make a T column like this, and on the left side we have to write down all the inputs. So these are the inputs for us, and then outputs on the right side. So outputs on the graph, input is along the x, so we'll write inputs here, right, and outputs on this side. I should have written it down below, but I have less space, so therefore I've written it there, okay? But you should be writing, that's the below these numbers, you should be writing input here. Okay, so let's find value of each point given to us. So first coordinate point here, x value is 1. So when we are saying input output, we are trying to read x and y values, right? So the x value for the first one is what? So the x value for the first one is 1. So we'll write x here and y value here. So x value is 1, y value is between 14 and 16, which is 15. So it is 1 and 15. For the second number, x value is 2 and the y value is between 12 and 14. So it is 13. Then we have 3 and 11. So let's write 3 and 11. And then we have 4 and 9, okay, 4 and 9, right, and then we have 5 and 7, okay, 5 and 7. So these are our outputs for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 as the inputs. So we have created input output table for the given graph. So first part is done for us. Now we need to write a pattern rule. So let's write a pattern rule now, right? And calculate seventh term, that means 6th and 7th. So we have to calculate the 7th term. Well, we need to calculate the 7th term. So let's underline this word calculate. I know you could have got using your pattern also, right? But we'll calculate. First let us find pattern rule. Now you can again pause the video and write down the pattern rule for the given input output table. That could be a good exercise, right? How do we find the pattern rule? Let us look into the trend. As the input increases by 1 each time, output increases, it decreases, okay? It decreases by how much? By 2. So it decreases by 2 each time. Do you see that? It is going down. So it decreases by 2 each time. So that is how it goes, right? So obviously you could find these terms also by taking away 2, right? Okay, but using this decreasing by 2, can you find the pattern rule? Well, you're starting with number 15 and each time you're decreasing by 2 to get the next number. That is a rule. Now if I multiply 1 by minus 2, what do I get? I get minus 2. How do I get 15? So the number which we could use to get 15 is 17. You know 17, we know 17 minus 2 is 15, right? How do you get 13? 15 minus 2 is 13. Okay, so does it give you something? So what it really tells us that every time the number is decreasing by 2, so the rule has to do with times minus 2, okay? So it really means that if we start with 17 and take away times 2, we get our number. So let us try this out. So if I write number, that is the input for us, right? If I start with 17 and take away 2 times the number x, then do I get my number? Well, I do get for the first term, I do get for the second term. 17 take away 4 is 13, that's correct. It works. So let us see whether it works for 5 or not. Okay. So 17, let's try for 5. 17, take away 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. If I take away 10, I do get 7. So that works. So for 7, the number should be 17 take away 2 times 7. So when I write number in the bracket, it means multiplication. 2 times 7 is 14, right? So 14 take away from 17 means 3. So I should be getting 3 here. Okay. Let us check if this is the right answer. For 6, 2 less than 7 is 5 and 2 less than 5 is indeed 3. So it seems to be the correct answer. Correct? So that is how you can actually find a pattern rule from this particular graph, and that is how it is related. I hope this exercise helps you to understand how to read a graph, form an input-output table, write a pattern rule, and find other terms using the same pattern rule. Thank you and all the best.